Hi, welcome to Chai and Coaching. Today we're going to teach you how to make brownies from a box. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to make brownies the best. There are instructions on the back of the box. If you can follow the instructions, then your brownies will taste incredible. But if you don't follow the instructions, they won't be so good. So the first thing it says is preheat the oven to 350, which ours is already preheated. Every oven is different. You just have to figure out, because I have two ovens, I have to turn on the upper oven and then I have to adjust the temperature, but it automatically starts at 350, which is the temperature that we want. So I push start. And mine has a countdown to when it is hot enough. I think it takes about 6 minutes for it to get to 350, but you'll see it counting down and then it'll ding when it's 350 inside there. So the next thing it says is grease bottom of pan. I'm going to use this, it's called a Pyrex dish, but you can also have a metal dish if you want to use that. For brownies, I like the glass one, but they're a little more expensive than a metal one. So I'm going to spray, it's like a spray grease. And it's the Walmart brand called Great Value Canola Oil, and you just spray it. It's awesome. So you just spray it on the bottom. We need to get a bowl. Okay, it says in the bowl you need to empty the brownie mix. That's the stuff. Oh, brownie mix.
What are you doing?
We're gonna put 3 eggs. If you want fudge-like brownies, use 2. If you want cake-like brownies, use 3. But we like fudge-like brownies. That means it's like kind of thicker. So we're just gonna use 2. I always break the eggs in a separate bowl to make sure that you don't have any eggshells in there, because if you put eggshells in the brownies, that does not taste good. It's crunchy.
How much does this mix cost?
This one I think is $1. I think that there is a way to make these mixes if you don't eat egg, but I don't know how to do that. So you'd have to you could probably Google it and find out how to do it without eggs. There's people that have egg allergies, and so surely there's a way to do it. Okay, so we put the brownie mix in the eggs, and now we're gonna put water, and it says we need 1/4 of a cup of water. This is my measuring cup. It doesn't have 1/4 on there, so I just guessed. And the water from the sink is okay for drinking and cooking with. It's safe. So 1/4 of a cup of water, and then 1/2 a cup of oil. This is just pure vegetable oil. So that's to the bottom line. Yeah, cooking stuff like this, it's really important that you use the measurements, because it's not going to turn out right if you put the wrong measurement. Okay, so we have oil, and now all we're going to do is stir it up. You want to see what it looks like? So you just keep stirring it. That says 50 strokes. I guess if you actually counted to 50, then it would be right, but I don't do that. I just stir it until all the powder is turned into liquid. And scrape the sides. Sometimes some of the powder hides at the bottom of the bowl, so you gotta scrape down there to make sure that it's all liquidy looking. And there will be a few lumps in it, but that's okay for brownies. That's not okay for cake. For cake you want like a hand blender to get it really, really smooth, but you don't have to do that for brownies. Can you guys see that? It's all pretty stirred up, so I'm just gonna dump it in the pan. Some people like to try to lick the bowl for this stuff. Don't do that, because this has raw eggs in it, and it could make you really sick. It might not, but it could make you sick, so don't lick the raw brownie dough. This spatula thing, it has like a rubber end that makes it easier to get all the extra out of the bowl. That way you get more brownies, and you don't waste as much. Once you get it in there, you just need to smooth it out so it goes to the edges. And the nice thing about brownies is it just doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna turn out, if you do the steps right, it's gonna turn out good. So we stirred it, we spread it, and now it says bake immediately. Put it in the center of the oven, and you gotta follow the chart for how long it's gonna bake. 13 by 9 inch pan, so it says 21 to 23 minutes, and different ovens do different things. And what I know about my oven is that it's gonna cook it fast, so I'm gonna check it at about 19 minutes, and I always set a timer because I don't want to forget. So set a timer for 19 minutes after I put it in there, then check it to make sure it's not burnt. But you don't want your brownies to be overdone. As long as it's cooked for 19 or 20 minutes, then it's safe to eat. I like them to be gooey, softer. So if you cook it for too long, it's gonna get hard. Okay, this one is not hot, so you have to use hot pan holders to put it in the oven, but make sure you use them to take it out. And we're gonna put it right there in the center. I lowered the shelves down so that it could be like right in the center of the oven. Just close the door, set a timer. Set a timer for 19 minutes. We'll wait and see what it's like. Okay, the brownies are ready. We can tell too because we can smell the brownies that they are ready. These are to protect your hands because everything in here is very, very hot and you'll get very bad burns if you don't use it. So be very careful. I'm just gonna move it right over here and put it there. And so they're ready. You can check them if you want, but I don't ever do that because I didn't want it to be gooey inside. It's not like if you're making a cake, you know that your cake is ready because you can put a toothpick inside, put your toothpick inside and pull it out and there won't be anything on it. And then that means cake is done. But with brownies, it's not like that because brownies are really gooey and so there will be something on there. So no need to check it. We are gonna let them cool down a little bit and we're gonna serve them with some yummy Bluebell ice cream. Oh, there is a trick about cutting brownies that I've just recently learned because every time I cut my gooey brownies, all of the brownie got stuck on my knife. And we had some friends tell us that if you use a plastic knife, like this one, plastic.
From a restaurant?
Or even if you buy like plastic cutlery, then it cuts a lot smoother and it doesn't stick to the knife. I have no idea why, but plastic knives cut really smooth. So to do it with this knife, see that? How it's tearing up the whole thing? It's all stuck on here and we've got a big, so this is the answer. Use a plastic one.
All right, how's the brownies?
Awesome. Yummy.
Shub, what do you think?
Yummy delicious.